Happy Thursday, everyone. I'm Clutch Crypto, and you're with Crypto and Coffee with the Trading Bros. I'm your host. And so, again, we're kind of right back in the area that, we were in yesterday and the day before that. Don't be fooled, guys, by this fake pump that we're seeing. Let's jump to the charts and see what we can come up with.
Don't be fooled by the fake pump. Don't be fooled by the fact that there's lots of shorts that came on board. I find it interesting because you know trading 101, which most people follow, technical analysis says that you short up here and you take profit up here and you because this is on the date or this is on the hourly. Let me go to the daily just to make it a little bit cleaner. Um, and so you short, take profit here, you long, or you know, really long because this would be considered support also in this area. But I guess with the environment that we have, we have a lot of people that are shorting to the downside here that are looking for this play, right here as well. Me being one of them. Even though I'm taking profits on these, probably on the, as we kind of reach some of these ranges, but I do see these areas as areas of liquidity and imbalance that we can get back to, including this one here that we didn't touch. And so, one of the things that we're watching is this, breaking through this zone. As you can see, we've wicked, this trend line a few times. And obviously, because of the retraction back up, we've had probably more shorts in this area, and they're probably trying to bait longs to use this channel as support to move to the upside. So, to me, that's what that move was yesterday or last night. Was a move to the upside to kind of bait in longs to take out short liquidity wise, which we'll see here in a little bit. If we go to the hourly, it's pretty much the same story. We have this pump, right? To take out some of these shorts. I'm sure we can see some liquidations on this as well as we kind of moved up into this area. And EU Briggs came back up, brought it back down. We may see something similar in the New York session, but here we are with the daily open. Yesterday we talked about the daily open. It got back to the daily open, which was down in this area, and then moved itself, back up. So we've reestablished the daily open at 28.77. I would imagine at some point we revisit this area. Yesterday we pumped up from the daily open, came back down to it. Today we pumped up from the daily open, but the pump hasn't been too substantial. It's pretty close in the range, so 28.77. I would imagine that we come back down and kind of test some of these levels at least to the pivot point, which is at 28.56. Smaller time frames though that we're looking at. Again, we've had this move to the upside. We find
Your
a lot
odd
of
ass time frame. You should throw something in there like the 13 and a half minute. Can you
Yeah,
do
I mean,
it?
you do know my concepts around my odd time frames is that most people use evens, right? And so I like to use odds just to see a little bit of a different picture than everybody else. The EMAs are going to be a little bit different than everything else, so that kind of helps. But we've got the strong move down. In the 14 minute, we just hit the 50. Kind of breaking down into another one of those rotations. But we'll see. I mean, we pumped up. If you want to call it this M4 zone, which would bring us down to this M2, or you can say we got to this M2 and this M4. That stop. But really, we've got this 800 EMA that's rejecting off of. If we go down to the 2 minute, again, not the 1 minute, but the 2 minute.
Two, two,
Again,
2 minutes, an even number.
I know it's an even number, but it's not as common as the 1 minute. So it's not about being odd; it's about being uncommon among uncommon people. You know what I'm saying? You know who that quote is from?
No,
David Goggins.
I like it.
But do you know who David Goggins is?
No,
Oh, you should look him up, dude. He's like this military phenom that went through like I forgot what they call it, the hardest trainings or whatever, the boot camps. Did it a few times. Ended up running like 100-mile races, breaking his feet, all kind of stuff. Man, the guy's
Oh
he's an
wow.
incredible. Yeah, he's an incredible story. He's been on Joe Rogan a couple of times. He wrote a book. I think I listened to the audio book like on a flight one time. Pretty cool, pretty cool. But again, getting back to this daily open, I think we will have somewhat of a rotation that brings us kind of back down. They like to come back to these areas like last week's low. We've got the pivot
Pivot
point,
point.
and then where's yesterday? And yesterday's low is all the way down here. I don't imagine that we'll get back down to here, but
I got some cool things to show you on High Block here in a minute.
okay, and man, yeah, I'm excited about it. I always like to see, for me, I like to see the big reset because I'd like to go long. I'd like to get in some larger long positions, but I just don't trust it right now. And I don't trust it because we haven't really fleshed out as much as I think we should have. Go ahead. You want to say something?
No.
So we've got coin analyze here. OIs hasn't changed much. We're at 7.3 billion. We're at 7.5 billion. So we've got a slight reduction in it in OI. We had this pump, so we probably had a rejection, not a reduction in shorts being liquidated on the way up. And so again, if you were short in this area, high leverage, you got liquidated, and here we go, going back down. So that's how the market likes to do it, likes to flush out the liquidations and then move in that direction. And so I guess we'll continue to see that. Let me refresh on the funding rates to kind of give us the sentiment of the market. Bybit, FTX, BidMax on the coin margin side, all showing both positive. And then we've got BidMax on the stable coin margin and some of the current rates. But if you look at predictor rates, which will change in a couple hours, most of those are neutral to positive. Exo charts, we like to look at this. I just refreshed it. We're down in this area, 2907. The period that we're looking at is 10th to the 28th. But we've got POC up here at 3033. But again, I just think that we're going to come back down somewhat. If you look at net shorts and not longs courses on Bybit, you got these net shorts that have fallen off. Longs really haven't done much just yet or reacted to the move. So people are very cautious about, what they're doing. What this tells me, independently of everything else, is that maybe we'll get somewhat more of a pump in order to do some of these longs so that we can come back down. But shorts definitely are not taking the bait. At this point, we do have some news that's coming out today. Today is Thursday, the 28th. 8:30 initial job claims came in exactly, as they anticipated. Continuing job claims, the same. So there's not much going on here. Real domestic product, negative 1.4. That's a big difference in what was estimated. I wonder if this is correct, these numbers, because it just seems like it's way off. Real final sales to domestic purchasers. Again, this is we didn't have an estimate, but this is the actual at 2.6. Last year 1.7, whatever the last reading of this was. Again, don't know really what to make of these. I'm not a big macro guy, but this news just seems to be very inconsistent. Like I said, I don't know if these are correct or not. When these turn into links, then you're able to click on them to kind of see what, kind of what the commentator, the commentary around it, but those haven't. So, and you normally get these headlines here as well. So we'll see. Let's see here. NASDAQ future jumped 2% as Meta earnings brighten investors' mood. Yeah, I mean, look, we've got futures that are up. Every time I see futures up in the aftermarket or the pre-market or aftermarket from last year, I always anticipate them to come down.
It's happening right now.
I always anticipate them to come down. I don't know why. I guess gold is flat. Or here we go. Oil is still over $100. We got Bitcoin basically flat. The futures are up just based upon some of this Nasdaq. We are in earnings season, so probably what I'll do tomorrow is kind of get a schedule of what the earnings look like as far as what's coming out. So we can kind of anticipate days of which days most of the earnings are come out. The headlines are all about Meta and them beating earnings, even though they've been relatively beaten up pretty much in the market so far. This lady's funny. So you saw Teladoc yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Kathy from ARC. Teladoc like dropped 36%, 40% in aftermarket. And so this is, Kathy who, have been building a position in this, as soon as the last 10 days. She'd also think, what was the other deal that she did? She was the one that predicted oil was going to like $10, $20. And here it is over 100. So tough time for Kathy Woods and her deal and what she's doing. But she's out in the Bahamas in the crypto Bahamas right now. So I guess she's not worried about that 40% loss that occurred in a good portion of her portfolio. I think her portfolio is down like 46% this year already.
Wow. Well, a lot of people's portfolio and stuff's probably down significantly with all these Fed hikes and the way the market's reacting to it.
Yeah.
And I feel we still got some more to go to the downside overall for the market.
Haven't flushed out quite yet. Look, we're at 28.98 already. So what do we have on?
Oh, cool. I'm excited to show you what I got.
I'm excited to see it, buddy. Come on, let's do it.
Get this going on over here. Let's see if I lose you. Can you see my screen?
It says Clutch Crypto started
Yep. And we
screen
lost
sharing, but I cannot see your screen just yet.
Hold on.
There you are. Here it comes.
Maybe.
I know, right? Black people should sing that.
Okay. All right. You should be able to see my screen now.
I can see that high block is reload. Yeah, reload. And the reload.
Are you good yet?
I mean, it's reloaded. Can you see it on your end?
Yeah.
Is it up on your end?
Yeah.
I just see the orange dot circle. But I see your screen. Like, I see Hot Block Capital. I don't believe servers should make whatever you've been searching. I see all of that.
You see it all now?
No, but I see. What are you searching about? What servers should make? What do you care about? What servers should make?
What servers?
I said I don't believe servers should make. It's up in the top. It's one of your tabs that's open. There's no one of your tabs on top of your computer.
Oh, I was reading this article.
Oh.
They were having a conversation that so servers in California right now make $15 an hour, and then they said there was an argument about if you should tip them or not.
So what are your thoughts on it?
Can you see my screen yet?
It's not the actual. I can see you moving your mouse and everything else, but the actual screen.
I'm going to redo this.
So how do you feel about that, Brandon? Do you think you should tip if a server's already making $15 an hour?
It's a very mixed debate, honestly. So the people in California that you're seeing seeing those prices.
How much do people at McDonald's and stuff make? You're not tipping them. You're not going.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean they're going to be making minimum wage and et cetera.
But minimum wage, they raise minimum wage up to like what, $12, $13?
It depends on what state you're in.
So is California minimum wage $15? Do you know?
Yeah, I don't know. But let's talk about this later because I got to get moving.
Hey man, I'm trying to buy time when your shit pulled up. I mean, I got to make some conversation over here.
Did it show up
Okay,
yet?
go ahead.
Is it here?
Yeah, it's here. I see it.
Oh, okay. So, the big news that I had is these big circles are $100 million
Damn.
liquidations. $100 million.
They are not. They have put in some size.
Yeah, so this is zooming in here. So we already came and got this one. We're working on getting this big guy. He's 2890, and then we have another one that's at 2831. They ain't gonna leave us out there. I'll tell you that right now. They are still kind of working this range in, like we talked about yesterday. So we saw a lot of ranging. We called it to a T yesterday. There's a lot of ranging that happened yesterday. They're still trying to fill these voids in again. Pay attention to this 3,000 area once we get up there to see if we break through that. If we do break through that, then we will probably expect some higher highs. But again, I think we're going to be coming down here into this area down here, which is low 2800s. That's also getting us down here in this neighborhood, which is down here in 2791. If we break below a little bit lower than that last peak, then expect to see some more movement to the downside. Again, we still got a gap here, so I do expect some ranging for them to really fill this in. So this might be another choppy day. I'm going to swing over here to Bookmap real quick, see what Bookmap's got out here for us. As you can see, we did have a little drop here. We're testing the VWAP right now currently. Our orders to the downside are slightly higher than they are to the upside at this point. But most of the stuff that's going to happen is probably going to happen in the next 30 minutes to an hour. New York's opening here in about 4 minutes, so we should start seeing a bunch of orders come in here and try to get a pretty good idea on as far as direction goes, where we're headed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting on this. So we got a lot of data. We have a heavy area down here, about 2860 right now. That's nice and red. I'm real sorry about this. Back to the server thing while we're waiting. Those people make $15 an hour plus tips, and then they're in California where the median housing, like if you're going to buy a house, is like $800,000 in California. So do those people need to get tipped where they actually come out making around $50 an hour? I think absolutely, because even at $50 an hour, I mean, these people are, it's still a tough life out in California. If you're paying a mortgage for an $800,000 house and you're making $50 an hour, I mean, you're still living outside of your means 100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I got you.
2800 right here is big area. 2600 is second area, and then 2500 is not really a very big area yet. But again, hey, these things can change anytime. But you can see all the momentum down here is it's downside action. We have 9,000 orders 2800 right now.
Oh wow.
So,
Quite a bit.
I'm expecting some movement to the downside for sure. Now, if we break, now it all kind of depends if we break that area, that key area in the 2700s that we broke, I believe, 2 days ago. Pay attention to that, because once we do break that, we're going to see some more movement to the downside. That's all I got for today. You got anything else?
No, that's all. That's all I got. I think well, it should be an interesting opening this Thursday, so we should see some volatility. Just looking forward to seeing what happens, but the bet is to the downside. Not financial advice, but we like the downside.
For sure, for sure. Well, that's all we have for today, guys. We'll see you tomorrow, same time.